Hi, my name is Katie Mack. I'm the writer, director, executive producer, and star of the feature film Boxer. Working on this film has been an absolute honor and privilege. We have an amazing team of talented creators and will be filming during late summer, early fall later on this year. Our goal is to not only tell the stories that we want to see, but to share stories from the Black experience that aren't always featured at the box office. Boxer is about two professional boxers, Kobe Kojak Jackson and Frankie Hands Lowe. After experiencing traumatic experiences in their lives, they find themselves at a crossroad. Complete strangers brought together through their love and dedication to boxing. They have to decide if they will continue to live in the past or open themselves and their hearts to new opportunities for their futures. In order to make the film we have envisioned, we have begun crowdfunding to raise $111,000. The funds raised will not only pay the cast and crew, equipment, locations, and all the other needs of the project, it will also go toward editing, film festival submissions, and everything we will need to bring this project to the masses. We are taking pledges for the crowdfunding campaign. Visit boxerthemovie.com for information on how to pledge or links to the crowdfunding campaign. Once again, visit boxerthemovie.com for more information. On behalf of the Boxer team and KMAC Productions, we thank you and want you to keep supporting creatives of color. Hi, I'm Katie Mack.
And I'm Jared Solomon.
Welcome to Boxer the Movie Podcast. We are so excited about this week's episode.
Boxer is the feature film written, directed, and starring my co-host, Katie Mack.
And as I tell y'all every week, Jared is not only the co-host of this podcast, he's also
you don't gotta say
my
it
right
like
hand. Okay, all right. Are you done? Are you done? Can I keep going?
A little bit more oomph in that. Give me my respect.
This is why this is the season finale, and I ain't got to do this with black ass next week.
Let's go. We're gonna act up this episode. It's the last one. Let's go.
Fine. Jared is also a producer on the Boxer film.
Yup, and every week we dig into what it's like working in Hollywood as an indie filmmaker.
And we talk to our amazing cast and crew about their journey in the film industry.
Yes, and today, like we said, today is the season finale. And we got a great show for y'all.
Listen, Anthony Goss, my co-star in Boxer the Movie, is joining us today to talk about his work on Boxer as well as his work on the limited series Charlie.
Yep, and you're not going to want to miss this one. Welcome to Boxer the Movie Podcast, y'all. Katie Mack.
JS, what's good?
What up? How you feeling? It's our last episode for the season.
Listen, I'm on 5 trillion right now. What you on?
About a zillion.
Oh, okay.
About a zillion trillion.
Let's go.
Banana fulfillion. Okay.
Oh, bars. Look, guys, y'all ain't even know how crazy this lyrical genius is over here.
Word. Y'all heard it. Banana Fana. Like, come on now. Come on.
You know what? No, I'm not even going to do that. Yo, anyway.
B5 Momana. Call Jadakiss. Where's Jadakiss?
You don't want that problem. Don't even do it to yourself. Just don't. Don't. Look, we took that like little win.
Looking like Jewels.
Yeah, we don't want you looking like that, nigga, because he's out here looking crazy. You know, I feel like we can talk about this every single time, but I ain't even saying about him or them right now.
It's not. You're right.
We're going to talk about how this is the season finale of season 1 so fast.
Right? What was that, like 8 episodes, 7, 8 episodes, something like that?
It's like 7, 8, and I've had fun. Like, how do you feel like it's went? How do you think? Like, I know that you were very nervous in the beginning. Oh my God, podcast! I've never done that. Like, what do you do? How am I supposed to act? But
right, how do you talk? How do you speak words?
Oh yeah, nah, it's microphone that you got, little fancy microphone now.
Right, I done upgraded. I done got a little microphone, y'all.
I can't
sound better, you know. I have fun. I have fun doing this. I had fun doing this. I think that my favorite part was the fact that it wasn't just me and you, and that we were actually bringing on people from the cast and crew and talking to them and learning more about them, because I don't know everybody that's on the cast and crew personally, and I didn't know them before the project, so it was dope to get to know them a little bit more intimately and see who we'll be working with over the next few months on this film. So that was dope.
So, y'all, I know y'all just heard him say he was really happy that it just wasn't me and him. If that's any indication of how tired Jared is of my
if it's any indication of how much Katie reaches, y'all.
I am not reaching because
no. See, y'all see, no, because y'all see, so Katie and I are Leos, right? But you see how Katie just made that about her?
I did. First off,
like a true Leo, she made that about her. I was
simply responding to what you said.
Okay, that was your response. All right, y'all know what I mean, though. Y'all heard it.
I will move right on and ask you. So, what do you think some of the highlights have been in these last 2 months with the podcast? I loved how we started out. I think that Steven, he kind of set the bar a little high, and it was straight out the gate with like the gems, the real. So I think that was a good start to what we doing here.
Yeah. I mean, I loved Austin's episode. I love any time we talk to Austin, but because Austin is just like Austin's Austin. If you haven't heard Austin's episode, he's episode 2, right? Episode 2.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, go listen to cinematographer Austin's episode, especially if you're into, camera work and cinematography and all that. He dropped some gems on that. I really enjoyed Craig's episode, the last episode we did right before this one. So I mean, I like everybody's episode. Alexis is hilarious. Avery is hilarious. Jen is Jen's energy. Dad
was like, I was trying to hurry up and put on my makeup and I couldn't blend it, so I look like a clown. So just so everybody knows, I can't. But it's been good. Like the road to Boxer has been, woo. Let me tell you something. You know how in New York City when they be repaving the roads and they be mad smooth? This is not that at all. It is the exact opposite of that. It is every day is something new. And then like for me, it's like when the chat is quiet, guys, I'm referring to our text group chat. Like when the chat is quiet, I be freaking out. I be getting online. I'm like, is there any emails? Did something happen? Like, are you taking breaks, guys? What, because it's Sunday? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening. But yeah,
9 p.m. Not at 9 p.m.
I mean, what is time?
Or as I'm sorry, 9 p.m. is round Katie's bedtime. I'll say 5 a.m. because Katie likes to start it up at 5 a.m. She starts ping, 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 ping. Sending her messages 5 a.m. So as soon as you wake up, you like, okay. We got a to-do list already. Copy.
I don't understand what your problem is, Jared.
Can't even get the morning off my breath. Good.
Listen, you can. You just need to get up before me so you can be ready by the time that 5 a.m. text come in. What is the problem? Simple solution.
Right. I hear you. All right, Katie. So I got a question for you.
Sure.
We ended this off, and we've been on this boxing journey since August of 2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
What have you considered the most challenging part of following your instincts and just going forward with making Boxer?
The most challenging part of following my instincts. I felt very Jokerish there. I don't know what just happened, but
no, that was good. That was good.
It was? You see it? Okay. So I think
in a Heath.
Yes, I felt very Dark Knight-ish. It was good. It was good. I might watch that tonight. Sorry, I digress. I think the most challenging part is to yo, dead ass to keep going. Just to wake up and keep doing this, like on the day to day. Every day is different.
Day in, day out, yeah.
But like, yeah, like every day it's just, it's like time to make the donuts. But nobody goes home. Like we just making donuts 24/7. You know what I'm saying? It's glazed after sprinkles, after colors, just like it just keeps going.
And sometimes them shits ain't glazed. They ain't none of that. They just plain fried ass donuts.
Just sitting there dry.
Just boring. Sometimes you gotta do the most boring shit.
Yo,
like grant applications or budgets or
it's just it ain't all roses, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's absolutely weeds. It's weeds, and it's just the dirt with no just soil. It's just fucking dirt and weeds. So digging through that is very much what the day-to-day is on making something the size that we're making, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna flip the script on you and ask you, you know, aside if there has been any other challenges for you. And like you just said, donuts be dry as hell on some days, right? So like what keeps you motivated to keep pushing? Because yo, we tired. I'm gonna keep it like we all tired. The whole team is tired. But what keeps you, producer man, you know, in it?
I think it's I always say, you know, the story and you know, wanting to see this film come to life. But the team is what also keeps us going. The team that we have behind us, team that we have on board with us, you know, everybody, crew and cast, is what keeps me going. These people are dedicated to us, which we're humbled and grateful for. And they want to see this production win too. They dedicate their time, they dedicate their energy, you know, they're dedicating parts of their lives to this project. And so that is probably one of the biggest things that keeps me going on this. In addition to, like I said, just wanting to see this story told, wanting to give ourselves the opportunity to pull together all of our resources, pull together all of our experience, pull together all of our creativity over these years that we've been in this game into this project. And this is, like, for me, like going to be a culmination of all of those things and just a display, we'll say mosaic of all of those things all in one. So that's what it is for me.
That's good. That's rich. That's okay. So, you know, we sitting here, we telling y'all how this is the season finale, season 1 here in the Boxer Podcast, Boxing the Movie Podcast. So y'all don't know, we've been crowdfunding, and by the time you hear this, which will be on my birthday,
August 12th.
August 12th, our crowdfunding.
Happy birthday to the boss lady.
Thank you. I mean, you're right behind me, so happy early birthday to you too.
I am. I'm on the 15th, y'all. So, you know, if you
want
to give us something,
then
if you want to gift us something, you know, the crowdfunding campaign, it ends on my birthday. It's on the 15th, Sunday, the 15th of August. Drop something in the campaign. You want to, you know, support us. You want to give us a gift. For our Leo birthdays, you know.
We'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Because every dollar counts, and you know, just
it does. Every dollar, all adds up.
All of it. Okay. You know, and just because the campaign is ending on the 15th, that does not mean that like it's done. It's not. That's just the next phase for us. So, you know, if for whatever reason you can't get them dollars in the campaign by the 15th, there will be links in our bio that you can definitely click on and still, you know, support us in that
Yep. If you
way.
go to our website,
Yep.
boxerthemovie.com, if you go to our link tree, which is in our Instagram and our Twitter bios, you'll see a donation link in there. So like she said, if you can't get to the, by the time you hear this, the campaign is over or whatever, we'll still have a way for you to, contribute to providing all these jobs for these people of color for this movie,
Thanks. We need more of that in order to, tell more stories, and in order for you guys to see and hear about more original stories. It's kind of like they say it takes a village. It literally does take a village. So, it takes support from near and far to put us in a position where we have something on our hands that's tangible, like this film. And so, we can start getting into the rooms that make sense, and start making the changes of bringing more people of color to the top, so we can see the different types of stories that we are, people of color as a whole, Black people, are capable of making. So, the party's still going, honey. We still moving, we still shaking, so
yeah, we're a little tired, but
yeah, my right
we
hand
go
kind of shot, but I'm still here, two-stepping.
we still going. So who we got this week? We got somebody this week, they're kind of important to the film. You play really, I mean, they're all important to the film, but he plays opposite Kojak, aka Kobe, aka Katie Mack in the film. So who we got this week?
Listen, y'all. Anthony Goss is a New York City-based actor from Boston, Massachusetts. He trained at Company One Theater in Boston and the Stella Adler Studio of Acting here in New York City. He played college basketball and transitioned into the arts. He has since appeared in independent films, TV, and various off-Broadway plays, including the hit touring play, Black Angels Over Tuskegee, and continues to grow his craft. What he loves most about acting is the collaboration and discovery process, and looks to create projects in the future. A champion of youth arts advocacy, he is the founder of the nonprofit Flip the Script, a Boston youth theater initiative. He is grateful to join the cast of Boxer and help tell this amazing story. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to just throw the ear out there for the homie Anthony Goss.
What's up, man?
What's going on? What's up, everybody?
Good. We good.
Okay, so let's get into it. Anthony, so glad to have you on the season finale of Boxer the Movie podcast. How's it going? How you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling great. Feeling blessed. Happy to be here with you guys and rock it out. Finish out the season, so this is good.
Love this.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Jared. Get into it. Do your thing. All
right, so a couple weeks ago, what was that? Like last week or the week before last that we got together? You got to meet some of the members of the cast and the crew and all that.
Yeah.
So I know you knew a couple people, but what was it like getting to know everybody else or getting to meet everybody else for the first time?
The first time. It was good. First, it was good just to be in a space where everybody was together. With everything happening, it was just good to be in that creative space and then connect with everybody like old times. And it was good just to see who I would be working with and just see feel the vibe. So it was a great experience that I loved, and looking forward to, continue to work with them. But I enjoyed it.
Okay, so check this out, y'all. I've had the chance to work with Anthony on a few other projects that we'll talk about later. But I want the audience to get to know Anthony Goss. Tell us, AG, how'd you become an actor?
I started off in sports, and then I kind of pivoted towards performing arts. after I wasn't getting satisfied, after college, and you feel like you missed that I don't know, that routine or that whatever that thing was that I got from athletics. And but in college, I'll share in college, I took an improv class, and I enjoyed it. And I took it even though I was kind of nervous about it, kind of shy, and I really didn't think that I would be able to do it. So I just took it as one of those electives, and it kind of opened me up a little bit, and I enjoyed it. Kind of buried the experience until after college. And then after college, you figure out what do you want to do with your life. Do you want to just work? And in Boston, we have like a structure where you kind of, you go to college, you work, you have your family and everything like that, kind of straight and narrow. And I thought about what I wanted to do. I thought about what I enjoyed, and theater wasn't something readily available in Boston. So, I by chance enrolled in like this summer, this course program with Company One Theater. And then I got a taste of it while I was working in a corporate. I got a taste. Then I kept going at night, and I kept it a secret because I wasn't sure about it. I wasn't sure about myself. I was kind of figuring things out. And once I realized it was something that I had like this desire for that I never really had a chance to explore, I kind of just on the whim decided to move to New York and be here for 6 years, and 7 years. So that's how I got into it. And then once I got here, I kind of immersed myself fully into the craft, kind of like you do athletics or sports or anything at school. I was just like, if I'm going to be whatever I want to be, I have to kind of, study and put the time in like a dribble in a basketball, watch a film or study, read a play. So I was just like, I was going to treat it like athletics, and I'm going to do what I can to prepare my mind and my body for this acting world that I'm embarking on. And did Stella, kept looking for opportunities, kept meeting people, grinding, and continue to find I really enjoy this. And I think I enjoy this. I've always enjoyed it, but I didn't have the outlet to do it where I was from. So here we are, and continuing to discover new things and new reasons why I love acting so much.
Dope. So in your time, as an actor, what do you think, like when you first came here to New York and started acting, what do you wish you would have known when you first got started?
Wow. New York is so humbling, man. Like, I really feel like I grew up in New York, just as a person, as a human being, man. In acting, one thing I'll say about acting is when you really immerse yourself in the art, you can grow as a person too, because you see so many different characters and so many different experiences. You start to learn why we are who we are, why we make decisions, and you start to have more empathy. But I think initially I underestimated how hard it would be to transition into this field. And the business aspect I had no idea about, which is critical. Yeah. I was like, man, I didn't know equity. I didn't know what SAG was. I didn't know what equity. Didn't know. I really just started understanding monologues. So really understanding the business and like, how do you network, get agents? So where do you go to audition for a play? I really didn't know any of that or any of the business side of it, which I had to learn. And just how to navigate New York City and survive. Just, how do you combine the art with survival? Just making so you can do what you got to do so you can do the thing you want to do.
Yeah, New York's not an easy place to be, especially you coming from a place like Boston, and you just drop into New York, and it's just like, all right, now what?
Now what? So I'm actually still learning, but I feel like I'm at a point where I understand it better. But,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you surviving this long, so kudos to that. Like 6-7 years is not nothing to sneeze at, coming from Boston and planting yourself in New York. So you're making it. You're doing something right.
I think it's interesting that you touched on how, when you started to understand how much you loved acting, you ain't know when you got here, you ain't know shit about the business. And the business is probably more important than the craft and talent itself. And I think that's where a lot of actors get caught up, because
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, honestly, I just want to create. I just want to make my movies. I just want to write. But then, you know, making a movie and it's like, oh, I got to deal with legal stuff. Damn. I got to talk to who about what? This is too much. So, you know, I totally, absolutely get that. I love that you said that. But while we talk about acting, if you could play any role, what would it be?
Oh, man. Sheesh. Like a new role?
Yeah. Like something that you feel like you really want to sink your teeth into, but you just haven't had the opportunity yet for whatever reason.
I'll say I'll give you two answers. For theater, I definitely want to do like August Wilson. One of his characters. And
you have a specific play that you like?
I like what's the play they did on Broadway?
Fences?
They did Fences. I like Two Trains Running. I feel like that one is one I really like. And the other play that was on Broadway probably like 2 years ago or so.
Jitney?
Yeah.
Jitney, yeah. I saw that. That was, yeah.
Jitney was dope. I love Jitney. Wow, you know, I find it interesting that you haven't touched any of his work yet. You know, that's how, guys, this is how I met Anthony. I met him, seeing him on stage for Black Angels, and over to Black Angels over to Tuskegee, off-Broadway play by Leon Gray. And I had seen the play several times, and I had seen the role that Anthony played by somebody else. So I love the play so much, I just kept going to see it, and I have friends in it. So when I finally saw Anthony in it, I was like, well, who the hell is this? You know, all right, I see what you're doing there. I felt like your performance in that play really sucked me in, and I was just like, I need to know who this person is. I want to work with this person. But there's something about your stage presence and the way you craft your character. You crafted your character in that specific play that was so. It was rich. It was subtle. It was powerful, and it was alive. You know, knowing actors, you know, you got friends that probably act and they probably overdo it. You know, stage theater actors, they overdo it. But I just really like, you already know, y'all all know. But you know, the subtlety you brought to it, I was an immediate fan. So I just want to say thank you for bringing that to us, Anthony Goss. But you said August Wilson. So as an actor, 2 questions for you. Who inspires you and when you're in your actor realm, and what actors are you most excited to work with in the future?
Okay. Who inspires me? You know, there's a whole lot of people I'm inspired by. Definitely in terms of creative artists, those people who kind of like came before me. Definitely John Singleton, as like what he did with film and like creating like me watching like Boys in the Hood as a young man, or High Learning, like, and then growing up loving like Omar Epps and Tupac Shakur, and just like I love those type of actors, Mekhi Phifer, when I was growing up. And these are like regular dudes right here who are like out here bringing it.
Yeah. Right.
I love those dudes. And I didn't know, I used to be a big movie fan and like just try to memorize all the words, but I was young. So I just thought it was like a kid thing to do.
Yeah.
So those guys, definitely Don Cheadle. Obviously Denzel's the GOAT, but Don Cheadle to me is someone who I'm always like, man, this dude can do anything. Like, he could do anything, and he's just great. I love his work.
He's dope. He's dope as fuck. I love him too.
Who would I like to work with? I mean, definitely Don Cheadle. There's so many young up and coming, like just overall, there's so many dope artists right now. Filmmakers as well, who I'm making it a point to know in terms of like what the business is about, and you know, these filmmakers, like up and coming filmmakers or directors or actors and actresses, there's so many that I'm like, man, I really would like to work with this person. What's his name? Ryan Coogler, Jordan Peele. There's like up and coming directors that I know there'll be films that are coming out and I want to see their work as well. I know somebody recently directed Candyman. I forget her name, but
was that Nia DaCosta? Did she do Candyman? I think so, maybe. I'll look it up. But yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, there's so many. It's a good time, you know, to be a part of this. Hopefully.
I like it. That answer will do. That will do, Anthony.
Right, exactly. Well, for right now, we're working with the illustrious Katie Mack. Katie Mack on Boxer. So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character, Mr. Frankie Hands Lowe.
Frankie Hands. I love that. You know, Frankie Hands, Lizzo. Listen, I'll be thinking about it. So, you know, as you start spending time with the characters or the material, you start to want to like slowly. I'm like, slowly, I want to allow Frankie Hands to seep into me. So I'm like trying to do things into my regimen to help me get to that point, so that when we do prepare and everything, I won't have to reach as far. So that's like waking up a little earlier, like he does, or just doing jump rope, listening to like certain type of music. So just trying to put myself in that area way before I'm like, oh, this is what I'm doing. It's a scene. But what attracted me to Frankie Hands Lowe and this piece overall is, I think, when you read like the title, it always says boxer, but then when I read the script, I'm like, dude, this is so much richer than anything that has to do with boxing. And I'm like, but then as you start to really spend time with stuff, you see what characters are dealing with, and it's a different type of boxing. And I'm like, oh, that's brilliant, because every day, like, you know, we're going through something and you're boxing something, like mentally. And it's a fight. And I think this is what that film was attracting me. I was like, it is a fight, but it might not be in the ring. It's like the life part that Kojak and Frank, it is that fight that we're putting up. And sometimes you don't win. Like sometimes I love my character because he lost. He lost when he took a setback. He lost with his family, and he lost in the ring. And he's someone who was considered to be good, you know? And I feel like expectations can be tough. How do you handle that if you don't, you know, win or do what you think you're supposed to do? And I love to find out how we handle that through this character, how he connects to Kojak, how he connects to his uncle, how he picks himself up again to get back in the ring, quote unquote, and live this life mentally. So that's why I really do love this role and love this everybody in it is just so important, and it just fits together and natural. You know what I mean? It's like one of those old school films where you're like, oh, you know, this is like one of those films that we remember watching. You know?
Yeah. Katie, Shakisha Williams, our producer, and we were on live the other day, and she was saying, like you were saying, that one of the things that she can't wait to see is the chemistry between Kojak and Frankie. I think for me, I really want to see everything that happens inside the boxing gym, because there's so many. Like for me, it's more like because I know you don't know yet what it looks like, but I know what the gym looks like. Like we found a gym. It took us so long to find this gym, and the gym that we found is like it's like perfect. So for me, I just want to see like how all of that plays out on screen and how that looks on screen. But for you, what are you most excited to film for the movie?
What am I most excited about? I think the boxing is kind of exciting. To like, I know like I want to be in like boxing like shape for the film. You know what I mean? Like we gotta be in it. So I guess to have that discipline. I like new challenges. So for me, it's like a challenge to like, all right, how do I get in this mindset as boxer? So filming those boxing scenes and just watching those scenes, watching those other guys box, I think being around all that athleticism, I'm really excited to see that as well. And I'm excited to just see those moments with Katie's character too. Those moments that they have together, because like when they're jogging and you know, and there's those interactions and those are going to be cool.
Yeah.
I had told them because when Shakisha had said that that's what she was excited to see, she had asked me what was I most excited to shoot, and I'm like, well, aside from the whole thing, one of the scenes I'm really looking forward to is the scene where we initially meet each other face to face, and Jared laughs and I laugh because I'm like, it's funny as shit. The scene itself is not supposed to be funny, but I'm just like, Jared, I'm gonna just hopefully we can get that scene shot in less than 5 takes, because I know Anthony, like, people don't know that you can be really silly and you're really funny. So like I'm like thinking about it now, like, all right, I'm gonna try to be as focused as possible, but I'm still, you know, I'm gonna be focused. I'm still gonna have a good time, but I'm really excited to see how that pans out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's gonna be like, I'm looking forward to, you know, the moments that we have throughout the film where the audience really gets to see the growth of, you know what I'm saying, our relationships, how our circumstances play a part in how we move in the world and how we move around each other. So I'm excited. I'm just excited. I'm just such a nerd. But moving on, I guess I want to know, because it's something that's spotlit in the film, you know, for you, how important is mental health in your life? You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to know, like, how do you practice self-care for you? As you mentioned earlier, like, New York kind of taught you how to survive out here in these streets. So survival mode, I think, is what we all tend to be in out here. But like, how do you manage that? How do you navigate
it? I get it's ongoing. For me, I'm very very spiritual person. I spend a lot of time probably meditating and just talking to God, talking to like ancestors. I'm big on just like stuff like that. And I realized, especially in this acting world, when I came here, I know acting can be so self-important and like self-interest, and like we all want to be like something, right? And I don't know, like I come from a different family, so it was kind of like I didn't really necessarily feel comfortable sometimes trying to do that. So for me, being alone or like going to Riverside Park, meditating and realizing why I'm here. And every time like I get tired, I think about like going home and like my family or my little brothers, and I'm like, or where I came from. And I'm just like, it's so much bigger than just acting and bigger than me, kind of. So those things ground me. I try to read a lot and just get my mind right and surround myself with things that are positive, because there's so much ways to get trapped with like negativity and just like social media or anything, that I'm intent about what I'm putting into my mind. Like I'm always speaking life into anything. Like no matter how hard it is, like I could be like, something could happen tomorrow and I'm going to be instantly flip it and just be like, nope, it's a lesson. Like, how can I get better? Like, where's my weakness? Like, oh, it's bigger than me. Somebody else out there is starving. Like, and just being humbled in New York and like coming from Boston and giving up something and coming here and it's like literally like hitting the bottom taught me like, whew, like it's real. Like, so that just remembering those moments when I was like, man, I used to just be excited just to get like just to go to like a theater thing and just watch somebody. So I'm trying to keep always that day one mentality where it's like, nah, I got to keep that same energy, same focus, same gratitude that I had when it was just crazy, because it's always going to be crazy, you know?
Right. So like today, right now, where we at doing this podcast on a scale of 1 to 10, you know what I'm saying? 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. Like, where do you fall on the scale? Where's your mental health at today? How you feeling in that regard?
Probably like a 7, 8.
Wow. Can I get some whatever you got?
7, 8. Well, you got a lot of responsibility, so there's so many things you got to make happen.
Yeah.
So bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Bless all you guys, because I know it's so much more goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Than just what we film. So I know I appreciate it. I'm sure everybody appreciate it, and everything pays off. And so I'm excited for what we do and what you guys are doing. So for 7, 8 for me, I woke up early. I just try to start positive, man, because I already know, like, I don't have as much going on with the film as you do. So I know it's a lot more stress. So, and it's like managing that and doing something for yourself, throughout the day, kind of like, I'm about to eat this chocolate, or I'm about to just go get a cupcake, or like, I'm about to just watch a show.
It's the little things. So I absolutely get that. Like for me, like going out, I have everything to make coffee. Like I'm a coffee freak. So I like roast everything. And no, I don't roast here. I can if I want to, but like I grind them here and I just love coffee. But I think that lately I find more joy in like going somewhere and like getting a cup and like sitting down and enjoying it and just kind of like disconnected from the phone for, even if it's for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm starting to notice that things like that really kind of boost my mental. So I think it's dope that how you navigate it and make sure the things that you do to make sure your mental stays, you know what I'm saying, decent. So kudos to you for that. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, thank you. So it's a different experience coming in here, and like if you're not from this area, like you said, you came here from Boston, you've been here 7, 8 years. It was, kind of difficult to navigate through, being transplanted here. So I would like to know, because obviously I don't have that experience that you have. What would you tell somebody, like if there was a new actor coming up, they want to move from wherever they're at, they want to move to New York? What advice would you give to that actor in terms of, being a transplant, and also just in terms of acting? Like what advice would you give somebody?
Oh man. First I would, like, if it's a young actor want to come up and I'm talking to them, I would want to make sure they're doing it for the right reasons or for them. Because you will get tired. You won't have good days. Like acting, you put so much into just trying to get a role and you don't get it. And then that's your whole day to audition or something, and you're down. Like, so I would say keep that and do it, come and really do it because you want to explore the art and you want to create, and you're not going to be perfect, and you're willing to go through the journey no matter what. And then do everything you can to make sure that you're prepared and that you're the best you want to be. Like, don't expect till you're going to get here and be discovered. Like, do it for your reason. Like, if you want to be the best, what did they do? And just kind of like, okay, they read this, they seen this, I'm going to read this, I'm going to do this. Be a student of it so much. And then I believe that when you will get to where you need to be eventually. So come prepared, come with an honest outlook, and expect that it's not going to be easy, and work your tail off, like work at it so it's become something you enjoy, not a burden, because you're going to hit tough times no matter what. And surround yourself with like-minded creative people who understand the journey. Like, people who want to create or who have created, who's looking to work with people who love work. The collaboration is so important in this city. And like working with good people like Katie, like you realize like this is a long career that we're on. Like we're gonna be doing this for a long time. And relationships are so important, and collaborating and just surrounding yourself with people who want to grow and be the best that they want to be, just because they just want to create. And it's like, I want to do this, I want to do that. Let's just surround ourselves with people like that, because it will get difficult, and you're going to need people who are going to be able to encourage you and lift you up and support you when you feel like, dang, man, it's just taking so long. Like, why everybody, this is weird. Like, why this person, this, you got to always remember. So I would say get them a tribe, get a nice tribe, work your tail off, and just be honest with the outlook for the right reasons.
Oh, yeah, I agree with all of that.
So that's solid. That's solid. Oof, that was a word, because it made me think of like the days when I have the bad days, and I'm ready to just chuck everything out the window. Fuck this! Like, why am I doing this? This is too hard. But you do have to take those moments and reset and think about what you in it for, because the damn sure ain't gonna be the money. It ain't the money, guys. Like
you ain't gonna. If you in it for the money, you ain't gonna make it to the money.
No, that's a good one.
You ain't gonna make it to the money. Just act like you ain't never gonna get paid if you coming into this, because that'll show you whether or not you really want this or not. But I will say before we head out that I did mention that I worked with Anthony before. Anthony was a part of a limited series I did called Charlie. And I think that he played the character so well that people just don't like the sight of his face at this point. And I'm just like, that's Anthony, that's not X. Like, I need y'all to get it together. But question for you about Charlie real fast. What was it about that project that made you want to be a part of it?
One was getting a chance to work with you and working on a new project and building a new relationship. Working with, then I worked with D Black.
Yeah.
Who who I love, man. He's like a big mentor. And then I don't know what I'm attracted to. I don't know. I really like conflict. I don't know, like with characters. I love to explore why and then bring something different to it rather than just what it looks like it could be. And I guess for me in relationships, I think playing the characters in a relationship who is broken or who has these issues made me examine like my relationships and like, dang, because I learned a lot about myself like going through experiences, because I never have time to really to grow or to look at like, dang, is this how I am in relationships, or is this how I treat people? Why am I like this? And I was able to be like, dang, because I never sat down and asked myself or been in relationships where I was like, oh, what am I doing? Why is it this person always? Why are we arguing? And it was never me taking responsibility. Like, I got issues that, and you just want somebody to share with. And it helped me to explore that. And really, it was kind of scary, but because I think exploring those things when you don't have it together in your real life could be tough, but it challenged me, and I like the challenge. So that's what drew me to it.
I don't think I've ever asked you that before. So I'm listening to you. I'm like, oh, word? I didn't know that. But yeah, that's what's up, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see Charlie, you can definitely find it. It's on Vimeo. Searching Charlie to be under Katie Mack Films or K-Mac Films. 5 episodes, and Anthony did the thing. It was a very personal story to me, so I don't really watch it at all. I don't watch it at all, but there's people that still want more parts, and I'm just like, absolutely not. That's over. You better focus on Boxer like me, because that's the type of time we're on right now. But Anthony, I want to thank you so much for coming through. I thought it was very fitting that you are on the last or the finale of season 1 of Boxer the podcast. because people want to hear from Frankie Hands Lowe, or as you said, Leezy. Is that what you said? Jared.
Yeah, I think this was dope to start with Ty, end with Frankie.
Yeah.
Listen, and that's very similar to the film. I'll say that.
Yeah.
You know what? Yep. I agree. Absolutely agree. I think that's all I had, Jared. What about you?
Nah, that's it. Thank you, Ant. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thanks, Katie.
You're welcome, Anthony. See you soon.
We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Peace.
All right, you have to end it. All
right, y'all. So this has been an amazing final episode of this season. Special shout out goes up to our guest, Mr. Anthony Goss, for stopping by. Katie, you got any final thoughts about season 1?
I think that this was a pretty solid season. I think that ending with Anthony Goss was a really great choice. It was a really great show. I'm really excited. He just makes me excited. I love working with Anthony, and I can't wait to be on set with him. Period. With the T.
Yeah, I can't wait to see, y'all interactions and, how that relationship develops over the film. Yeah. So my first podcast is done. Well, hosting. I've been on, guest on a couple podcasts before, but
do you think that, do you feel more comfortable doing it now that we've done it?
I do, because that first episode, now y'all can go and watch that first episode and you'll see I was kind of nervous. I was kind of all right, do I do this? But now it's just like, I'm good. Y'all sound better in this episode.
Well, first off, I just want to let y'all know, y'all don't see the visual of this, but I'm looking at Jared right now, and he got his elbow propped up on his knee.
Listen, I'm comfortable now.
Got the mic.
Listen, all right, put me on the Breakfast Club.
Oh my! I feel bad because I've been listening to the last few episodes, and I'm just like, damn, Jared got his new little fancy microphone, and I never really plugged in my external mic. So I'm like, should I have listening to Mr. Quiet Storm over here?
Listen, yeah, I had to get this. In the first episode, I was sounding like I was in a submarine, but
you're right, you should.
Right. But y'all, this season of Boxer the Movie podcast was produced by Shakisha Williams, Katie Mack, and myself, Jared Solomon. You can follow us on social media. We're at Boxer_film on Instagram and Twitter. And you can also visit our website, boxerthemovie.com, to stay up to date for all things Boxer. Once again, that's boxerthemovie.com for all things Boxer feature film. So y'all, on behalf of on behalf of the Boxer team and everybody at K-Mac Productions.
Peace, y'all. We're going to see you on the flip side.
Yeah, what she said.
Oh, my
Bye,
God.
y'all.
Bye.